let's talk about spiritual growth and how we can push forward. So how do we grow spiritually? Mark 9 tells us a story of a man who brings his son to Jesus who has an impure spirit. The father of the boy asks Jesus to do anything if he can. Jesus responds by saying anything is possible for the one who believes. At that point, the man asks him to help him overcome his unbelief. So it starts there. When we want to grow spiritually, it starts with asking Jesus for help, the way the man did in Mark 9. He will honor our requests and effort to grow closer to him. After recognizing our need for Jesus and leaning into him, one of the next things that we need to do is develop a routine. A routine is actually something human beings need. It is actually woven into the fabric of creation. God made the world in a rhythmical way. He created in 6 days, each with a morning and evening, then rested on the seventh. God also built into creation the means for marking time. Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark seasons and days and years. Genesis 1:14. We were not designed to live in a calendar freefall. Routines are important because they don't just shape our days, they shape us. Things we do repeatedly every day or every week become a part of who we are, become how we see the world. So what are some of the things that we can put into our routine? Well, the first one's obvious: prayer. Consistency in prayer is huge, especially if you're married. And if you are married, there's nothing better than starting your day than getting together and praying for each other and over each other. And don't forget to include your kids when you can, whether it's in the mornings before school or in the evenings before bedtime. Consistency in prayer is key. Memorizing scripture is another good routine. And it doesn't have to be mass amounts of verses or chapters. Maybe one verse a week or so, and you can do it with your family. But you want to be able to have that ammunition stored in your heart and in your mind for when the enemy comes to accuse, just the way Jesus did. Random acts of kindness is another good way. Jesus came to serve and not be served. Those little random acts of kindness can really make someone's day. And my favorite is gratitude. Gratitude's my favorite because of the specific season God took me and my wife through. I realized how easy it was for me to complain about all the little things that were going on around me, but there were millions of other little things going on that I needed to be grateful for. Sometimes we focus on the negative because it's easy. When we take steps of being grateful, even in the little things, it becomes really difficult for us to be put into a bad mood. Your spiritual growth can often be hard to see up close. When we look back over the years, we see how God has been working in us and through us, but it can often feel in our day-to-day lives that we're not growing at all. We wonder how long we will struggle with the same things and why we can't seem to move past baby steps in our spiritual growth. I've been there and I know how you feel. I like to compare this to athletes in their off-season. The off-season is for training and practice for the season that is to come, to get us into shape. We normally don't see certain results until we're actually put into a game. The off-season is usually hot, uncomfortable, and tiresome, but it prepares you for the season that is to come. So don't be discouraged if you're not seeing the changes you'd like right away. Stick to your routine, and remember, God is training you for the season to come. Be blessed.